this morning and say I'm not as well. I think I have all four mics turned up. This one's on. Two of the commission? Yes. And then it's going to be it's going to go Reese, and then Taylor, and then Claridge. And then do we just put these up? I just put them right. I just have my first work adjustments. Oh, you've already done it, or we're gonna have it on March 1st. Yay!
I guess so.
Yeah. See how that goes.
So what's involved with that?
So we have someone that wants a variance, and so on their property, and so they have to go through the Board of Adjustments, and
We got a quorum.
Don't have it.
Don't have it, huh? Well, do we appoint somebody?
What's your pleasure? Yes.
Here we got one. See, that would make us 4 or 5 of us.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm sorry I'm late.
Glad to see you.
Got another one? Okay.
Okay, it's time to start a meeting. I'm glad we got a quorum. When you walked in.
No,
So,
busy.
okay. We'll call this meeting to order and we got a quorum. Okay, thank you. You know, I have a hard time with these mics. With my voice not being heard. Approve the minutes for December 21st to 2022 Planning and Zoning Commissioner meeting.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, our first order, number 4 is a CUP 22-06, and APM number is 105-35-164. Request is made for conditional use permit, the CUP temporary business for use of hyperbaric oxygen and red light therapy. The owner and requester is Don Martin. The address is 3330 North Duncan Way Central. Is anybody there here to represent them? Are you there? Okay, come up here and tell us what. I'm glad it was red, when I read that, red light therapy instead of something else.
Yeah, it's not red light, green light, that kind of thing. So my name's Dawn Norton. I've been a citizen of Graham Greenlee County for the last 30+ years. I started this idea about 8 months ago, and it's bringing some therapies and treatments to this area that I'm aware of don't exist. Hyperbaric oxygen is not medical oxygen like you'd find in a hospital. That's a completely different level of therapy, and that has to be managed in the way that it is because it's explosive. It can be dangerous if it's not managed perfectly. This is what's called mild hyperbaric treatment. So it's in a small chamber. It's managed with pressurized air and just an oxygen concentrator like you'd find in a assisted living facility where someone has a cannula or a mask over their face. There's a lot of physiological benefits, but basically it puts the body in a state that's better able to heal the conditions that are there. So, for example, an athlete, if they're injured, they can go into the chamber and have an hour-long session of of mild hyperbaric oxygen, it will help that injury heal quicker. After surgery, it would help surgery heal quicker. It's also, it can be used for, relaxation, like you'd go get a massage. The red light therapy, and there will also be an infrared sauna. Those are wavelengths that the sun gives us that are very healing to the body, but we can't stay out in the sun all the time because of the UV rays, so this captures those kind of healing rays. Basically, all of it is for the intention of putting the body in a good state for healing. The technology doesn't heal anything, it's putting the body in a state so that it can heal. And then just finally, I have looked all over this valley for months for a commercial space, and it's either been financially overwhelming to be able to start the business and then buy a building for $350,000, or put $50,000 into a building to repair it and get it ready for what I needed. But I will say that since I put forward this proposal to temporarily change the zoning, I have identified a commercial space, but it's gonna take 3 to 6 months for them to get it ready for me. So my intention is to have this temporarily at the location listed for 3 to 6 months, at the most up to a year or two. That gives me time to get it going, get it set up, get the word out, get it helping people, and then either use this location that is being set up for me. There's not a contract yet, but I've met with him, we've walked through the building, he's given me an architectural plan, so that is the plan, to go with this commercial location. So this would be temporary. Unless that falls through, then I would keep looking until I found a commercial space.
Are you regulated by any medical deal or anything like that?
No, but in order to have them in my clinic, I have to have a doctor's prescription. And I am under a naturopathic doctor who's a worldwide expert on hyperbaric oxygen, and he trains medical doctors in this therapy.
Okay, got any questions?
Are there any specific safety requirements to?
No, not really. The air that pressurizes the chamber is just regular air. And that's the difference between medical and mild, is the medical chambers, they pressurize it with oxygen. So you have to be very careful about, like, if it's my understanding, you can't even wear makeup into, there's just too many things that could interact with the oxygen, but this isn't the case with that.
Do you?
Licensing?
I'm being trained, and I will be, I'm being trained under that doctor that I mentioned, and my whole staff will be trained under that as well. And then I will be seeking hyperbaric licensing as well.
And so you'll have a certification of some type that, okay.
And I am, just so that you know, I am a national board certified health and wellness coach, so I do have some certification and learning in the health area, and I've been studying health for 30 years.
This is property you own. If you move to another property, are you gonna switch the zoning back, or are you just gonna leave?
My husband won't let me move, so we're retiring on that property.
Well, that's what I'm asking, if you move the business to you said.
Oh yeah, it would just go back to residential use. Yeah.
This is a conditional use permit, so it
Does-
automatically goes away
wait.
when the use goes. Okay.
When she moves her sales or
Yeah.
When she
whatever,
moves,
that's the end of it.
It's not changing the zoning, it's just a conditional.
Use. Have you got room for parking and all that?
Yeah, we actually just spent a lot of money clearing out. We live on 8 acres and there's 3 parcels. And so on this parcel and in front of our home, we've just cleared out a whole lot of the mesquite, put down a lot of gravel. We're creating parking spaces, that kind of thing.
I have a question for Steve. If we were to approve this, she ran her business as she's requested, and then moved to a commercial another location off-site. At that point, that would terminate this use, and we're saying that didn't work out long-term. Could she then move back, or would she need to come back and reapply since she had, quit using it?
If she went to town and was there a couple months or more, she you'd have to reapply. I think
Okay, I just wanted to clarify the nature of this.
Yeah, thanks for that question for my benefit as well.
Yes.
it states in a conditional use permit that it goes away when the use is, either you put a time frame on it, which you can do or the board can do. You can say this is only good for 2 years max. I don't see a purpose in that when she's got it in 4 to 6 months. But you could put a time limit on it and then it would expire, but I think it makes more sense that it expire when she wants.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody from Central here? Any of you guys got any questions? Guess not. So we need a motion.
Just for the record, we got 0 correspondence from any of the neighbors for or against. We heard from absolutely nobody. So I think there was 13 people notified inside that 300-foot radius, and we heard from none of them.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it passed. And are you aware that you gotta go through the supervisors? Okay.
Oh. Be the first Monday of next month.
Okay, item number 5 is REZ numbers 872-22 and APM numbers 108-04-004F. 4.89 acres is request to make the rezone the current A's general land use to MX Unlimited Manufacturing to allow cannabis dispensary. The owner is Michael Hinton and Don Hinton, who has given the application to Don Dio power of attorney, and the PO to be requested rezone. The site is 1725 North Lonesome Dove Lane, Fort Thomas. Do we have
We have a little bit of an issue here, and so I'm gonna suggest that we don't hear this unless Damon can provide paperwork that shows otherwise, but we have 3 owners to this property, Tim, Mike, and Don Hinton. And Don signed a power of attorney. Mike may have originally, but he has rescinded it, and we've never heard from Tim. So unless the applicant has power of attorney from all 3 owners, we cannot hear this situation. So, Damon, you wanna?
Well, in our packet, we have something that's signed that says they wish to withdraw, so would you clarify that?
Well, is that the case? Did you wish to withdraw?
They are in a full
Well,
breach
it's his
of contract, and this is gonna be handled within a court.
And see,
And at the time of setting this hearing, they did give me power of attorney. They did sign forms.
come up here and let's get this on the record, because I'm not 100%. On advice of counsel, I was told that not to hear it if we didn't have a power of attorney from all 3 owners.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if we have
All 3 of
that.
them are acting as one because all 3 are on the party. Sure, well, all I can do is show you that form you have. I can show you one form that was signed by Michael Hinton that's notarized.
And he has come in since and signed another one rescinding this.
And then I can show you a sales agreement. And then upon this sales agreement, the terms set forth state that the Hintons are to fully comply with the entire application process, which at this point I've spent attorneys, I've spent application fees, I've spent a lot of time on this entire project. Which also brings a second argument to me that I'd like the council to know, that every zoning that we're seeing applies to a recreational marijuana establishment, and I'm a medical marijuana dispensary, which is defined within the zoning rules, and all of the zoning rules that I'm seeing and my attorneys are seeing at the same time apply to a recreational establishment. And nothing within the zoning says that a medical has any zoning regulations whatsoever. So on my state form where I got no application, it should actually be box 1 that says there is nothing. And I don't like attorneys, you guys don't like attorneys, so I am hoping we can solve all this.
So you're, tell us about
Let me get some more documents.
medical marijuana, what's the difference between it and the other?
I'll clarify. This is.
And they have to get a doctor's prescription to get it?
Yes, they do. There's
Doctor,
different dosages involved. We have 2 separate clear definitions. Sir, here is the Arizona Health Department definitions of the 2. Here
I'm
is the
gonna
new
pass
law
these down.
changes.
Just a minute. We haven't decided if we're hearing it yet.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're not on open.
Well, let's call to start breaking out documents.
yeah,
I see our problem is he came in and talked to you, Steve, and rescinded it.
Yes. He didn't talk to me, he talked to Jennifer, but he came in and pulled his power of attorney, and we have nothing from the older brother in Prescott. So I don't
see how we can hear it without,
I don't know how this, and maybe there's somebody in the room that can answer this, whether this, would you call it a breach of a sale?
Contract's a breach of
Breach of contract,
Breach of performance, breach of.
because I don't see any place in here where they have signed a power of attorney to the real estate person either.
No, my realtor has fully signed from all 3 of the siblings.
But
I'm just
where do I
defining
see
the
that?
terms that they were supposed to.
we can't decide if people are coming.
Crazy, I know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it has to come to us clean, we can't, if people are having discrepancies.
Well, I'm saying just on the part of the MX zoning though, but did this dispensary application actually need to be MX?
So Steve, you need to
Yes.
make a recommendation on whether.
You have, any dispensary has to be NMAX in Graham County. We don't have any option there.
But as the process starts with them, you have to become a dispensary first, then the Fair and Safe Act, you apply for a second license to become a dual. But it all has to start with the medical license.
But Graham County doesn't allow a single, we require a dual.
Right,
Period.
but as I can show you, Steve, they just changed all.
Why, let me ask you something here.
Yes.
We've been trying to contact you for a week to get this figured out. Why have you not come to us?
I did.
Because this is too late.
I did. Did I come down to the office?
Over a week ago?
No, it was, how many days ago was it?
It was last week, yeah.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday?
Well, it wasn't Friday,
Thursday.
so it was Wednesday.
So yes, I did.
Nothing.
Physically drove. from
She
Concord
has
here,
been
takes
trying
me
to
an hour.
you will not return her calls, you will not return her
didn't
emails?
know. No, the only email I got was
Hey,
yesterday
hey.
at 5 o'clock, and I acknowledged it. I saw it.
wait, let's address me. You know, if you get out of order, I'll call the deputy and kick you out.
Oh, no, I'm not kidding.
Okay, so we're gonna do this orderly.
Let me know what you need from me, sir. Sure.
I don't know how to
We're gonna-
rectify this here. This should have happened a couple of days ago.
Hey, you guys-
And I've not heard a word from you.
This board
My
is gonna
apologies.
make the decision here,
Okay.
so you just listen.
Sure, sir.
Well, on advice of legal counsel,
Yeah, okay.
you guys should not hear this
Now you
I
understand.
move that we do not hear this until it's settled.
until it's figured out. That's what I was told. You should not hear this until it was figured out.
Okay, you guys got any more discussion?
What's that?
The application is incomplete at this point.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, we need a complete application before we.
Which would include our own power of attorneys from each of the 3, not something through a real estate agent.
okay,
Broker.
I need a motion, what you guys wanna do.
So Mr. Glass has just made a motion to not hear
Okay,
it based on legal, based on the
Okay.
advice of, yes, based on the advice of
so,
staff.
so now I need a
And
second.
I second that.
Any more discussion? All in favor? All right. Okay,
Okay, let me give you back your
So
paperwork.
I'll then now talk with you.
Right, and let's get this figured out, because
get it,
I'm at a loss.
Okay. And I live here, so I
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
That does our public hearing. Now we got to set up for the public hearing. We got item number 6 and REZ numbers 873-22 and APM numbers 105-25-013. It's a 1.042 acres, a request made to rezone from current MX unlimited manufacturing to AR agriculture residential. The home is a 1 acre, is residential and not being used for manufacturing. The requester is owner Scott Sanders. The address is 570 East Center Street, Pima. That's quite a change. Coming out of the MX. Yeah.
It's my intention, he intends to sell that house and can't sell it without at least 5 acres.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, selling the farm and keeping the house. And so it's not gonna be a 5 acre parcel though, so it can't be MX.
I move to set it up for public hearing.
All in favor? Okay, it's number 7, REZ numbers 874-23 and APM numbers 105-25-009A. 2 acres, a request made to rezone from a current MX unlimited manufacturing agriculture residential. Once used commercially, building on the parcel is now used as a residential home with no manufacturing taking place. Address is 622 East Center Street, Pima.
Is this also owned by Sanders or different?
This is the next door neighbor that used to be Flanders Electric. They have converted it into a residential home, and it also is not the 5 acre minimum. So they're wanting to pull it out of a larger MX zoning that is north of them.
Okay. Need a motion, boy.
Make a motion to set it up for public hearing.
That's a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passed, so. Okay, our next thing on the agenda is a work session. And how are we gonna do this here? We're gonna,
No, we don't, it says none.
none, oh, yeah.
There's no work
I
session.
just didn't get that last word.
You guys, it's possible that there will be a work session, the board will have a work session on the marijuana ordinance. It will be their work session, and we will make sure that you are invited and are welcome to attend, but it will be their work session. You won't, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to say what you want,
Now,
but
is it gonna be in connection with our, they'll have a
it's
separate
gonna be right after one of their board meetings, so it's gonna be on a Monday morning.
Monday morning, okay.
So you guys will, when they determine when that's gonna be, you'll get notified. And you may not get the 48 hours notice, but we will let you all know, and you're welcome to come.
I did talk to one of the supervisors just for a second. He was at the same meeting I was, and he says he thanked me for the things I sent in. And I guess, and anybody else that sent anything, he thanked. And said they were gonna get it done. So that's all I got to say about it. What else we got here? Steve, your
Previous board board decisions. The special use permit for the cell tower down on Siesta del Retiro in, I don't know what you call that community, Cork or Eden, Red Knolls, but that passed the board unanimously. A conditional use permit for indoor-only climate-controlled self-storage next door to Fertizona. Got their conditional use. They will now, March 1st, go to the Board of Adjustments for a setback variation, or what's the word I'm looking for? Variance, I'm sorry. Because they want to build within 5 feet of the property line, and that's not standard in the zone that they're in, so. But that did get approved. Also, the zone map to change the residential site built to commercial neighborhood. That was for the same thing, for the conditioned storage on the corner of Concho and 191. What was that, 10,000 square foot lot, or maybe a little bigger? That got approved. The change from residential special development to multifamily residential at the bottom of Jensen Hill on the east side of the highway, that also got approved. And then the plat for, the preliminary plat for Sonoran Skies out on the Ted Prina property got approved. And I believe that's all that went to the board last meeting. But everything, I don't think you guys, I think you approved everything unanimously, and I believe they did also.
So that concludes your part there.
It does, sir.
Okay, call the public. Public got anything out there? It sounds like you guys, you got your lips glued together. You guys got anything you need to bring up for the board?
Don't have anything.
Okay.
One last thing I want to say is, if any of you didn't meet Mark Kavanaugh here, he's our new inspector. Introduce yourself to him, and I expect him to be around for a while. I'm not taking any more of these people that fly by night, pop in, pop out, so. All right?
Okay, well, thank you for you and Jennifer, you take good care of us, and you have things well prepared for us. I want to thank you for it. Call for the meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming. Good.